What's up, everybody? It's your boy Andrew coming back at you with another episode of the Jaguar Podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing a game preview of the Week 12 matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Atlanta Falcons. So let's get into it. All right, so the Jags will be playing the Falcons at home. The Jags are, I believe, a half a point favored per like Tipico sports book. So that's pretty interesting. I think this is going to be a close game, guys. I mean, I think honestly, I think the Jags could pull away with a win in this game. Not that it's going to matter much, in the big scheme of things or for the postseason because that's not going to exist for Jacksonville. But I think they can win this game, and I think again, it has to be tempo, tempo, tempo for Jacksonville. They have to get early momentum. They always kind of sleep, historically they're a little sleepy coming out in the first half, and then they wake up in the second half, but it's always too late. In the last game against the 49ers, they were able to get something going late in the fourth quarter. It was kind of like hurry up offense. They were throwing quick passes. They were doing a little bit of RPO. Trevor was running a little bit. They were getting some first downs, but they have to do that all game. They have to play 4 quarters of football, and that has always just been a challenge for Jacksonville. So they have to, get tempo, get momentum, do the hurry up offense. I know that's a little cheesy. I know it sounds a little bit like college, but I think they got to do that in order to be effective. They have to get James Robinson going. He was quiet in the game against San Francisco. He didn't get many carries because I think, we got so far behind. We were trying to catch up and just get points on the board. He did have 1 touchdown, but I mean, they have to be consistent with the play calling, and the defense, has to, like I said, play 4 quarters of football, not give up the big plays, and us get behind early. But I mean, if the defense can be consistent, we can stick to a game plan, we'll be effective in this game, and I think we can win it. But I think, like I said, going back to the offense, we got to run the football, mix in the RPO, go play action to Marvin Jones Jr. He's got to play better. He's got to have less drops. Laviska's got to play well. When we go to him, when we target him, he's got to catch the football. He's got to minimize the turnovers. He had a fumble in the game against the 49ers. That was pretty much a game changer. Changed the complete, tempo and momentum of the game in the 49ers' favor. So we can't have any turnovers like that. But I think, with Laviska, he's that Swiss Army knife type of player. So, you can give him the football. Let's get him involved in the running game. We don't have Jamal Agnew. He's hurt. He is out for the rest of the season with a season-ending hip injury. So, best wishes to Marvin Jones Jr., but we have to work in Laviska, get him going in some jet sweeps, maybe some reverses, tosses, or just carries. Give him the ball and let him run it. And he's hard to take down, so I think he could be used kind of like a Deebo Samuel type of player. So I think that's going to be essential. Defensively, Joe Cullen's got to send the heat. We got to beat up Matt Ryan in this game. Old man Matt Ryan, he can't move around. He's a statue back there. We got to get to him. And I'll go into some of the defensive and offensive matchups here shortly, but we gotta get to Matt Ryan, gotta get pressure on him. So Josh Allen's got to have a good game. Kayvon Chaisson's got to have a great game. Minimizing Kyle Pitts, I think, will be another key, factor into Jacksonville coming away with a win. He's a rookie tight end that the Falcons drafted out of University of Florida. He's kind of the X factor, I think. If he gets going over the middle, it could be a long day for Jacksonville. Kind of like Kittle. Kittle kind of tore us up over the middle, and we're gonna have to be able to minimize Kyle Pitts. That's the end of the story, essentially. And defensively again, can't give up the big plays. Tyson Campbell, who's banged up with a shoulder injury, he's gonna have to play well. He's gonna have to play good coverage and not give up any big plays. And the secondary as well, and the safeties. Rayshon Jenkins had a stupid penalty, got ejected, in the last game against the 49ers. So, we can't have any of that going. We got to minimize the penalties. That kills us. And that killed us in the game against the 49ers. Just stupid penalties. We gave up, like 60 yards in penalties. That's bad. That is bad. So the Jags have to minimize the penalties. But let's go into some of these matchups real quick. We'll start off with our first matchup: Jacksonville Jaguars corner Tyson Campbell versus Atlanta wide receiver Olamide Zacchaeus. I hope I pronounced that well, or properly rather. But this is going to be an important one. I think if Tyson Campbell doesn't play well, it doesn't lock up Zacchaeus, he's going to hurt us. I think he's essentially their best wide receiver outside of, if you're not counting, tight end Kyle Pitts. So this will be an important matchup. And we just can't give up any big plays. Hopefully, Tyson Campbell can fight through that shoulder injury. We'll go into our next matchup here, and that is Marvin Jones Jr., wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars, our ace wide receiver, versus Atlanta Falcons corner AJ Terrell. I think, honestly, I'm going to say Marvin Jones Jr. can win this matchup easily. He's got a little bit of a height advantage over AJ Terrell, so I think we can win this matchup, honestly, or he can win this matchup rather, and I think that it's going to be key. It's going to be key for us to get the passing game going. Marvin Jones Jr. Has to get separation, has to run good routes and not drop the ball. That would be nice. But this is going to be a must-win for Jacksonville. We go into our next matchup here. That is defensive end / outside linebacker Josh Allen for the Jaguars versus left tackle Jake Matthews for the Atlanta Falcons. I think Josh Allen can win this matchup. I think the offensive line for the Falcons is not very good. Pretty similar to their secondary. Old man Matt Ryan has been on his back a lot. Everybody's seen that. Everybody's seen that picture of him on the ground with the O-line surrounding him, kind of looking down on him, embarrassed. But I think, that could be a repeat in this game if Jacksonville can get the pass rush going. I think Josh Allen can win this matchup, and it will be crucial for us getting a win for this game. So we go to our next matchup and final matchup, and that is Jacksonville Jaguars left tackle Cam Robinson versus Atlanta Falcons outside linebacker / defensive end Dante Fowler Jr. These guys are former teammates. It's going to be a very interesting matchup. Dante Fowler Jr. Used to play for the Jaguars, and then he got traded. I forget what it was for an exchange. I don't even remember. It was like a couple years ago. I don't think it was a really good deal. But anyways, regardless, I think this is going to be an important matchup to look out for. Cam Robinson protecting Trevor Lawrence's blind side. That'll be important. But Dante Fowler Jr. is essentially the Falcons' best pass rusher. And I think there's going to be a lot of trash talking going because they're former teammates. And Dante Fowler Jr. is a good pass rusher. So I think, Cam Robinson has to have good technique. He can't get beat on the outside. And he's just going to have to work his hands, work his technique, and not give up any sacks. So I think this will be another crucial matchup to look out for. But I see the Jags pulling away with a win here. I think it's going to be a close one. That maybe they win by a field goal. But let me know how you guys feel about this game. Leave me a comment on the YouTube video or podcast episode. Subscribe to the channel as always, guys. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving as well. I'm sorry about this episode. It's a little late. A lot of stuff going on, with the family and getting together and enjoying the Thanksgiving festivities. But I hope you guys did as well. And thank you so much again for all the support. And I will be doing a live stream on Sunday at 1 p.m. We'll be doing live reactions to the Jags and Falcons game. So be sure to stop by And I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy. Go Jags.
Duval! What's up, everybody? It's Andrew from the Jaguar Podcast. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, there's more content over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as always. And remember, this is a podcast, so you can find this pretty much wherever you find podcasts. There I'll be doing interviews of current and former Jaguars players, including Joe Schobert, DeJuan Smoot, Shaq Quarterman, etc. And I also do interviews of former Jaguars players, including Natron Means, Jimmy Smith, Tom McManus, etc. So be sure to check out the podcast, subscribe to it, stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, go Jags, and I'll see you next time.